What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again. We got ourselves the next Hall of Heroes for the month of September. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Once a month, every month, a Hall of Heroes dungeon is released, giving you guys the opportunity to collect a 4-star natural unit. This time around, we're going to have ourselves Anubis, which is the water Avaris. We have 3 days and 3 days only to go ahead and collect at least 50 pieces and be able to summon this particular unit, all right? So is this good? Is this food? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got going on in this monster box here. So, Avaris, the water Anubis. Let's take a look at its kit. First skill, hitting the enemy twice and then having a 30% chance to disturb enemy's HP recovery for 2 turns. We have ourselves Branding of Hell, alright, given an opportunity to land a branding effect, and the damage increases as the enemy's HP becomes lower. Last but not least, we got ourselves a skill that says when you defeat the enemy on your turn, the enemy soul will be destroyed and will prevent the enemy from being resurrected and grant you soul protection for 2 turns. So, this particular passive, I like it. I like it. You know, the fact that, Come To Us has given us another unit out there that can, prevent the opponent from being able to resurrect their team is nice. There's only a handful of units out there that can do this particular feature, so having this one is obviously nice to have. Now, when it comes to branding, I'm a big advocate of branding. You guys have heard me talk about it quite some time. Having the opportunity to improve the DPS of your composition and whatever you try to do is really darn good. As you guys know, I use the Water Assassin Stella in my Dragons B10 and my Giants B10 to improve my DPS, as well as using it in Rift of Worlds to improve the overall DPS. So that is very nice to have. Of course, HP recovery is always a bonus to have. And the fact that the 2 units here, the 2 skills here are multi-hits is always something to consider when looking at certain things in a game that allows us to take advantage of units with multi-hits. So, is this good? Is this food? It's really hard to say right now. A lot of people are probably not going to be big fans of this particular one, unless you're fortunate enough to have maybe like the light, the dark one, or maybe you have a fire one that you like to use in like Guild Wars defense or whatnot. But overall, I mean, it's always something to grab onto, guys. Make sure you collect at least 1 piece, because you never know if they're going to change this particular unit. For me personally, if I'm looking for a unit with branding, I'm gonna opt for Stella over this particular unit. There's tons of units out there with HP recovery on the first skill. So I mean, for me, it's not a big deal to have. But again, I mean, if you have a particular composition that you want to take advantage of with regards to destroying, soul destroying and whatnot. Maybe you have an issue with regards to what you see in the current meta on Guild Wars. I know, firsthand in the G3 meta right now for Guild Wars, there's a lot of people running not only just Pernas up in there, but they're running compositions that are bringing Eladriel or other revivers out there. Really tanky revivers that are just set there to constantly revive it and just kind of make it annoying for you. So this is definitely something to consider. For myself personally, I probably will just collect one. With the recent update of the new craft stuff, the homunculus and whatnot, I'm going to be focused on that. But again, guys, don't take it from me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to collect as many pieces as you can. You definitely won't regret it, especially if you have the light and the dark unit. These are pretty darn rare. I'm a big fan of this dark unit if you haven't checked it already. 2 skills based on max HP with an AoE branding effect, and then of course the HP recovery here. So if you do have a dark one, I'm a big fan of that. Light one is also pretty unique too. I think this is going to be very valuable in the homunculus raids. So definitely consider this one if you have this particular one. I can't see anybody not farming this up if you have the light dark one. But again, when it comes to the water one, I'm kind of like half and half about it. I do like the fire one. I do see this used in the Guild Wars. So if you do have a fire one and you're looking for a unit that can go ahead and provide you with a skill like this, it's going to give you that shield that you want to kind of prevent your squishy units in the Guild Wars. That is pretty nice. The wind one, I don't see too many people using it. Early on, I saw a lot of people use it in the Rift of Worlds just to get that branding effect. But again, with regards to Rift of Worlds and passives, they can be silenced. So this is one of those things where it could work for you, it could not work for you. The cooldown time is pretty darn high, so I'm not a big fan of it. But that being said, again, if you are looking for a particular unit out there that's going to assist you in breaking down some of these compositions that are relying on revive and sustain, then this is going to be the unit for you. All right. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for this update, guys, featuring Avaris, the Water Anubis. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Twitter so I can give you some sneak peeks of what's going down for the rest of the week. All right, that is it. I am done. It's your boy Childish with ChildishPlays. Check it out. Take care, and we'll see you next time, guys. We're out.